lever. Yeah.
Everybody, don't tell her what to do. Stop telling her what to do, everybody.
I'm pulling the lever.
Okay, you guys, listen, we have a deep dive coming up tomorrow, and it's with the one, the only, the legend, Megyn Kelly. That's happening tomorrow. Yes, we asked her all sorts of things. I think it'll be fun. It's like we were dishing on stuff, you know?
I feel like there was some, I feel like there was
some
dishy
dirt.
stuff.
Some
Yeah,
dirt
so
there.
we're not streaming to Instagram today because Instagram is having all kinds of trouble. It's not our fault.
I think
So
it's
if you're an
because I
Instagram watcher, hopefully you
was
find
saying
us.
things about Zuckerberg yesterday, and I called him
It's your
Gleeborg
fault.
9, and he got his feelings hurt, even though he has no feelings.
He really does look like he is feelingless. He's like Maisie. You know what I mean? Like
totally
he just is expressionless.
He is expressionless because he's an android.
I mean,
he is a robot. He's from Gleeborg 9. That's the thing. He is soulless.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to probably be shut down on Facebook because he heard me say that. The helicopters are going to start anyways.
Doing their thing. Doing their thing.
Anyways, check out that deep dive tomorrow. It comes out. It drops tomorrow.
Somebody says we're echoing. I'm going to check my little,
Is it me?
I don't know. I mean, everything is set. Okay. Should be all right. I don't know why we're echoing.
Hey, we don't have this in the lineup, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody saw that Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish got arrested last night for drugs. What's happening
Was he
in our world?
Like, what is going on?
It wasn't clear. He was cooperating with authorities. I saw that, and he was just arrested for drugs. Drugs are bad.
Yeah, that's
drugs
bad.
are bad.
Okay, we sound okay. All right, so a local person, a local issue.
Somebody said Victoria said they saw him make a transaction. Maybe he was buying drugs. Maybe I don't know.
But I mean, where? Because I didn't even think he got arrested for just buying pot. Was he doing something worse?
I have no idea what kind of drugs, but he was arrested.
Not Hootie.
Hootie.
And that's why I was like, A2 Hootie. Kill me.
You do kill you. You do indeed.
I mean, that is a disappointment. So
it is. It's a total disappointment. Like, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
Clean it up. Clean it up, Hootie.
Get your act together. Come on. There's ways to feel high without drugs.
Yeah. That's right.
Can I show you a dress? Or I guess I don't even know if you would call it a dress, but there was a thing, some sort of event, it doesn't matter, that celebrities were at, and they were on red carpets. Yeah. And Mariah Carey showed up in a getup that what is this?
It's like a swim cover up. Like if you're going, you know what I mean? It's like it's a sarong that is not right, is what that is. Is not okay, you guys. Okay. She's like
my new favorite thing you've said.
That's not so right.
That's not so right.
It's not so right for anybody. Yeah, she's like our age, isn't she?
I think so.
She also needs to lock it up. You know what I mean? She needs to lock that away.
Put that away. Like, I mean, it's horrible regardless. But like, if she just had it a little bit lower so that her crotchular area was also enveloped by all of the tulle or whatever that is. Like, why would you just have your crotchular? Why would you have your crotchular area just like out like that? Well, you know what I mean? It looks like a mistake.
Hollywood. We got to show our crotches.
What I mean,
the color. The color's hideous. I don't like the color.
The color is hideous.
Yeah, it's awful.
And I'm not trying to body shame. I'm saying if there is a feature on your body that is not an ideal feature, why would you highlight it?
What you're saying is, just because it comes in your size doesn't mean you should wear it.
Is that what you're saying? She probably has a nice breastular area, right? Like, so, okay, like focus on that. Fine. But her legs are not good. Yeah. And so maybe why would you pull the attention to like a less good body part is all I'm saying.
Just don't dress don't dress like a 20-year-old anymore. Just stop it. You know? Why do women do this? Why do women do this? Just stop. Just stop. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Like from the chest up, she looks lovely. I just don't know why she wants everybody to focus on this bottom area.
Yeah.
It's not good, you guys. I just had to say it.
Thanks for making us look at that on a Friday. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that.
Sorry.
God, first Hootie and then her. Sorry, we had to
everybody is disappointing us today.
Like we're just careening off a cliff right at the beginning of the show. Sorry, everybody.
Okay. You have probably noticed, and you're probably all marveling at the fact that Daisy seems to be decked out ahead of Valentine's Day.
Woo!
Look at your shirt.
Look at this.
Stand up and show it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I love my guns. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah.
That is just part of what you can get in the Valentine's special section at gruntstyle.com right now.
God, we love them.
So, you guys, they have like the coolest stuff for Valentine's Day.
I love Grunt Style. I love them.
They've got this.
They have all sorts of cute stuff.
They've got this
shirt. And you have an oldie but goodie on too that you're wearing.
I do. This is one of my most favorite, and it's got like the thing, and it's got like the thing.
I've got the things. I've got the things.
Yeah. I mean, everybody loves their stuff, and they have a discount, especially for the Chicks audience. So this is for Valentine's. It's less than 2 weeks away right now. And so if you want to get yourself decked out in Grunt Style for Valentine's, now's the time. If you use code CHICKS15, CHICKS15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your first purchase. But because they know that our audience are repeat customers, they want our repeat customers to get a good deal too. And so if you use Chicks10, if you've already made a Grunt Style purchase in the past, you can still use the code Chicks10 to get 10% off your purchases, even if you've bought stuff from them. I know, right? Like, so they've got new person discount. They've got returning person discount. There are some restrictions, like it's not going to work on gift cards and things like that. But if you want to order something for Valentine's Day or just like their regular clothes, their stuff is so patriotic and so awesome and so well made too.
Yes,
you might want to size up. Just a point of note, you might want to size up on t-shirts because they run a little bit small, just so you know. But check it out, gruntstyle.com. And if you're new, use code CHICKS15. If you're returning, use code CHICKS10. Do it.
Yes.
Do it today. Okay, let's get right into some things. First of all, a quick reminder, if you have not gotten your meet and greet tickets, they're starting to click now. People are coming to the meet and greet happening in Indianapolis on June 29th. If you've not got tickets yet, make sure that you check out our website. Look for the Camp Tono Indy post on our website, and the link to get tickets is still there. There are still a few available, but they are going. So if you're interested in coming, joining the party, make sure to get those quickly. There was a headline earlier that talked about Biden's response to the high prices at the grocery stores. He's got a plan, you guys, and I know you're going to be happy to hear it. His plan is to tell those grocery stores to lower their prices.
Okay. Right. Because we're in communist China now. So he can tell grocery stores what to do with their prices. Okay.
Yeah. That's his plan.
Right. Okay. So he can use an executive order for that.
Right.
But he can't close the border.
Well, and he's not even executive ordering it. He's just saying it out loud.
He's just telling people. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So that's going to work.
Can he tell the border to close? That would be helpful. That would be great. Maybe tell.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Tell him to do that.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That's his big plan. So I thought everybody would be really glad to know about it. So
stellar plan.
Sure to work really, really well.
Joe, don't jump.
So glad you said that, because we've got some don't jump action from Joe Biden today.
Yay.
We talked yesterday, probably the day before. I think we've been talking about it most of the week, about UNRWA and how corrupt and horrible and terroristy they are. I don't know why or who specifically, but members of the Norwegian parliament have just nominated UNRWA for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh my God. You cannot make this up. You can't. You can't make it up.
I can't.
It's like
I wish I was
horrible SNL skit. That's
right?
It's awful. It's all of it. A peace prize. You get one with an order of shrimp tacos now.
I mean,
what in the world? Okay.
I don't even know. I don't even know how this is real life.
No.
Right? But unfortunately, it is in fact real life.
Give terrorists
so
a peace prize.
happening.
Yeah.
But here's some good news, and that is the Argentinian president, Javier Milei. He's been in office now for like 30 minutes, right? I mean, it's not been very long.
Maybe 20. Yeah, maybe 20 minutes. Yeah.
But man, he has already cut 45,000 federal worker jobs.
God, that's awesome.
I mean, he is on it in a way that I just long for here in the United States.
I know. The statists hate him.
Yeah,
they hate him. And I love that.
It's just he's
I'm
phenomenal.
So here for it. I know. It's so great.
Sue Ritchie, thank you so much. And Dawn Carrot, thank you so much. Dawn says, happy Friday. My sis Debbie and I met you at Camp Tono out west on my birthday weekend. It's Debbie's turn today. Please wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Debbie.
So
it was great to meet you guys.
So sweet.
And thank you for coming to the meet and greet. That's awesome. Okay, let's get right into these a-hole illegals who beat up the cops in New York, because there's lots and lots of continued news coverage about them, because yesterday, like, we showed the picture of the one getting released. Giving the double bird to everybody. I mean, he's literally just flipping the bird to America, and I guess we deserve it because So here's the mugshots of 4 of the others, and now it's expected that they're on the run. They don't want to show up for their court dates. I mean, if they're not going to be held in prison, why should they stick around and wait, right? They're on the run. They're on the move, never to be seen again until they commit a crime, possibly in your neighborhood. I mean, they're rumored to be on their way to California, but who knows? Who knows where they're going to end up?
I cannot with this.
Right?
The best of the best, you guys. They're seeking asylum.
Yeah, they just really want to be part of the American dream.
Right. They're dreamers. They're just dreamers, you guys. It's unreal. Yeah.
Also, this dude on the left, these ears are a problem. I'm sorry. I'm doing a lot of body shaming. I'm doing body shaming people who deserve it today.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
So Mayor Adams was on his way into, I don't know, something like a building, and reporters were trying to scream questions at him about this, and he was not.
City Mayor Eric Adams did not stop to answer questions today about the attack, but told a local station, quote, "Those migrants who are here because they want to be part of the American dream, we say yes to that. But those who are breaking our laws, we need to re-examine the laws that don't allow us to deport them because they're doing violent acts." Now, 2 more suspects arrested last night are expected to be arraigned in criminal court today, as you mentioned. So far, at least 2 of the suspects arrested in this case have previous criminal cases open against them.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah. And then we just let them go. Just go. Just go. Run along. Do some more crap. It's fine.
And Adams is trying to say that there are laws on the books preventing them from holding the illegals in jail when they do terrible crimes. There's laws that are preventing them. So you got yourself a problem there in New York City, and you need to check your laws. I mean, he's saying, yeah, we need to check into those laws because that doesn't seem right. No, it's not.
We need to re-examine them. Mm-hmm.
Let's reimagine.
We need to look and re-examine the law. Okay. They've got severe problems. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, that makes us all have severe problems because it's not contained to New York. They could just come here. They could come there. They could go everywhere. So it's not contained to these sanctuary cities. Yeah. That are just, this is just madness, you guys. It's absolute madness what's happening in this country.
And Abby Phillip of CNN, inexplicably, she had on like some criminal justice expert on her show. And the amount that she's trying to like excuse the fact that these were illegals that committed the crime is weird. And you're going to see her push on this. And I don't understand her motive here. It's bizarre. Take a listen.
There are so many people now making this solely about the migrants. But is that really fair when it seems like whether they were migrants or not, we might be facing this very same issue with anyone?
It could be, but before the way the laws were cited and the way they were done, an individual had to be first identified. You know, we looked and investigated if they had ties with the community. Then sometimes bail was set. This could happen to anybody, but the fact that the migrants were able to so easily escape and just released, you know, how do we identify these people? Obviously, when they attempted to escape again, they used another false name. So this is not normal behavior for individuals that are not into a criminal activity. And we've seen it by the prior arrests that some of them already had.
But does that really have anything to do with whether or not they're they're migrants? I mean, obviously, the number of migrants in the city is an issue, but all those things that you described could have been done by American citizens.
No. No, because we know who they are and we know where they live and we can, you know, it's outrageous. This is a narrative that they're going to try to push. It's almost as if like we can wonder and go, I wonder why she's doing this. Well, I mean, she probably has her marching orders. This has become a severe problem now. And CNN is starting to talk about it because they waited years to talk about it. And now they finally, over the past couple of months, they're starting, and it is out of control. And so now they're like, crap, how are we going to talk about this? First of all, they say the word migrant, which irritates the crap out of me because these people are not migrants. They are illegals. I get so sick and tired of hearing the word migrant. Do you think that those 4 or 5 guys, they're not migrants? They're illegals. They broke the law.
Criminal illegals.
And she wants to take the focus off the fact that the very first thing that they did in this country was break the law. Mm-hmm. She wants to take that's what she's trying to do. But does that really matter? Yeah, it matters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you hag. It totally matters. That's the first thing that they did. And so they continue to do it over and over again. And they put their middle fingers up at us because they know that we're not going to enforce any of our laws. And we're going to allow them to just run about. It's like the kids who are never disciplined. Mm-hmm. You know, we're like, oh, they're there, Johnny. You know, you're like, what did you like kill the dog? It's okay. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure you're going to end up being just fine. I mean, it's like these people are doing terrible, awful things. And we're just like, they're there. They're there. Go ahead and run about the country. And I'm sure everything will work out fine. Everything is not going to work out fine.
Well, and what they say, at least 2 of them already had previous criminal records in addition to being here illegally.
Right.
And they're still out and about, apparently just able to beat up cops and then walk out.
Somebody's going to get killed. We're going to, seriously, I mean, we've seen it time and time again where these people will do awful things and that it escalates to somebody getting killed. And they're like, well, I mean, we just, you know, we saw
that's already happened.
Right. That's what exactly like. And people will be like, oh, I mean, we saw the signs, but our hands were tied. What were we supposed to do? We've seen this time and time again. Enough is enough.
Yeah. It's out of control. Greg Gutfeld also extremely frustrated by all of this, and he had a pretty good rant about it.
When you take away all the ranting and the raving and the politics and the grandstanding and the shrieking, you have one singular photo that tells you everything about the basic nature of human behavior. That is, they disrespect you because they can.
Right.
They disrespect you because you're weak. What you're seeing right there is how far we've gone down this path. There's no disincentives. There's no consequences. It's the land of the free for criminals. The American dream is America reamed when these people come here. And I do think, you know, the busing of the migrants to the sanctuary cities was a brilliant move. The next step is transporting any illegal with a record to the neighborhood of the elites who support these policies, because something tells me these migrants won't be trimming your hedges or doing your dishes.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Because was it Nader? What's that guy? Nader, the penguin?
Nadler?
Is it
Jerry?
Nadler? Did I say Nader? Nadler. Yeah, Jerry the penguin dude.
Yeah.
He was the one that got up on a stand and he was like, who's going to pick our vegetables?
Right.
Remember when he said that? These are the people that like do all the crops and everything. Bull crap. Like, do you think that those guys are the guys that actually handle our food? These are the people that do all the job. They're not doing any job except for being out there committing crimes. They're out there like living a life of crime. They're not doing anything productive in our society. Nothing at all. Yeah.
And then yesterday we showed a couple bills that had been passed and Democrats were like, no, we totally want illegals to be able to steal Social Security from elderly and we want terrorists to be able to enter the country freely. And then just yesterday, a bunch of Democrats also voted to protect illegals that have been convicted of DUIs from deportation. I cannot fathom what is wrong with these morons that they're just wanting to forgive illegals for every terrible crime they commit.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
what is going on?
So 150 Democrats voted against deporting illegals driving drunk. They voted against deporting illegals for stealing from the elderly. Remember that. And then 2 voted against kicking out Hamas terrorists. These are Democrats, you guys. Like this is the Democrat Party. Anybody who is aligned with Democrats is aligning with that at this point. I don't understand how anybody can be a Democrat right now. I just don't.
Same.
I don't get it.
It makes no sense.
What in the world?
Hide your kids and hide your wives because you're about to hear a whole bunch of cussing and it is well deserved. There is a recreation center in Boston that the governor has now declared is not going to be able to be used by the community and the kids that have been, shooting hoops there or doing whatever. It's not allowed to be used by community homeless people who just need a warm place to rest for a bit. Nope. All the United States citizens, you get kicked out because we need to make room for the illegals. Well, there was one fellow who comes to this rec center quite often who was furious, and rightly so. Rightly so. Just hide your kids.
Live fucking here. And I've been here my whole fucking because I can yell. Because I can yell. Because I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why.
I hear you. I do hear you.
So why can't I get in the fucking building?
You can't get in right now. No one can get in.
Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all, this fucking town's a fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab. Y'all give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. Y'all raised the fucking rent so fucking high.
He's not wrong.
Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here?
Yep.
That doesn't fucking add up.
That's what they're doing.
It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here?
Yeah. Ask Joe Biden.
Don't make no fucking sense. None.
Right.
Ask Joe Biden. Ask Kamala. Ask Kamala that question. She was supposed to be the border czar. First black president. First black woman president.
Vice president.
I'm sorry. Vice president. Maybe soon to be president if we're not careful. But I mean, ask them. Ask them. Because I don't think people are asking them that question enough.
Well, and I hope that guy is mad enough to vote.
Right.
And that
I hope
he
so
votes
too.
Accordingly.
Exactly. This is the thing that I mean, I know people are starting to get really pissed off about this, and he has a right to be pissed. We should be taking care of him and not taking care of those 4 guys who probably, my God, this is the thing, those illegals that are coming in, these people are getting free places to stay and swanky places. They're getting 3 square meals. That guy is getting kicked out of a place that we should be paying for him. We should be paying for American citizens. That's where I want my tax money to go, at least. I mean, I won't speak for y'all, but if there are homeless American citizens and veterans and children who need places to stay, and a temporary hammock to be in,
Yeah.
I want my money to go to them and not to people who are not citizens. And that breaks my heart a little bit. I mean, granted, the language is a little bit extreme, but I feel him.
I can only imagine the rage. It's so ridiculous. And of course, this Senate bill that's still floating around and being talked about, it's still getting a lot of press. And of course, the press is using it to say, well, Republicans who aren't supporting this, they clearly are making it political. They don't want to help anything at the border. And see, they're not interested in passing it. And Dan freaking Crenshaw is one of those people who is trying to say that, well, it helps a little bit. And so Republicans should just pass it. And I cannot fathom that he is, Listen.
Stupidity is having a strong opinion on something you know nothing about. I'm extremely disappointed in the very strange maneuvering by many on the right to torpedo a potential border reform bill. If we have a bill that on net significantly decreases illegal immigration, and we sabotage that, that is inconsistent with what we told our voters we would do. People will make up whatever reasons they want to. There's a number of them, I'm sure. But it would be a pretty unacceptable dereliction of your duty.
No, go hang out with Mitt Romney.
Such a
Crenshaw.
dick.
God, I swear, this guy. Yeah, he is. He totally is.
What happened to him?
Yeah, I know. Well, he was good for like 2 months. And then he got into the hot tub, you know?
Yeah.
Just like all the other guys. Like, seriously, go hang out with Mitt Romney and be BFFs with him. Because if there's one illegal that we appease, that's too many.
Mm-hmm.
There should be zero. There's no question. It should be zero. And he should stand firm on that. Shame on him for saying otherwise.
God, I mean, and the arrogance, you know? I mean, the condescension and just...
He's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm Crenshaw and you're not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, awful. Absolutely awful. You guys, ahead of Valentine's Day, a great gift idea for yourself, if you want to treat yourself, is the brand new super high-tech product, the anti-wrinkle product from Genucel called Gen 90, which is like leaps and bounds technology-wise ahead of all of the competition when it comes to immediately getting rid of wrinkles anywhere you put it, whether it's under your eyes, on your forehead, on your neck, around your mouth. The wrinkles just go... You can feel them go.
Like, I use it on my forehead. So you have to get Botox and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You don't want to, don't inject. Just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's such good stuff. And it's part of the most popular package, which is over 70% off. So check it out at genucel.com/chicks. Save a bunch of money on it. Think about getting it for yourself for Valentine's Day, or if you're looking for a gift for someone else, introduce them to Genucel. It's an amazing skincare line. We've been using it since way before they were ever sponsors of the show. genucel.com/chicks. Teresa Raimundo, thank you. She says, I love you ladies, but I am weeping for my country.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us are. I mean, it's
craziness.
Bad news right now. The prayer breakfast was held yesterday and Biden attended, as did Speaker Johnson. And who was it that sang? Was it Andrea Bocelli or?
Yes, it was Bocelli. I think it was Bocelli. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he was singing. Biden was crying, carrying on. And then he made a speech, which I'm not going to bore you with, but the message was, we just really need to get along and love each other and come together. And
seriously,
then
after he demonizes half the country,
right?
Okay,
those extremist MAGA weirdos.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then towards the end, I guess he forgot that he was at a prayer breakfast and said this:
"For the United States of America."
Oh, whoops! Hang on, you need to hear that whole thing.
Let's remember who the hell we are.
Oh,
we're the United States of America.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he totally forgot. He probably forgot when he started crying too. That's probably why he was crying. Where am I, Jill? Where am I, Jill?
There is some dementia happening all up in there. And for example, I can't tell if this is like in a restaurant, if these are church pews. I can't tell where these people are sitting that he's speaking to, but regardless, they are sitting stably, right? In no danger.
No danger.
Not on any kind of heights.
Mm-mm.
And yet Biden pulled out his don't jump phrase. Why?
What is that? Why?
I don't know.
It's like your grandpa that just says the same story over and over and over again. You're like, why are you doing that? Yeah.
They're
unburdened. Those people are all unburdened.
They are very much unburdened.
Yeah.
We have an update on how the Biden campaign is doing money-wise versus the Trump campaign, and it is not good, you guys. So Biden's war chest now $117 million. He's outraised Trump in the last quarter. He raised $33 million in the last quarter compared to Trump's $19 million, which was also a drop from the $25 million that he raised in the third quarter. And most of Trump's money, of course, is being spent not on the campaign, but on all of his legal fees. So that's not good, because that's going to continue to climb, unfortunately. So that's where we are from a financial perspective. But if you're a person who cares about endorsements, and of course we're not those people, but if you are a person who puts stock into endorsements, the former Treasury Secretary under Trump, Steve Mnuchin, has endorsed Donald
Speaking
Trump.
of the former president, are you endorsing him?
I am endorsing him. I believe this election is now about President Trump versus President Biden. And I support and endorse President Trump because I believe in his policies. And I'm proud of both the national security and the economic policies that we put in place.
I just saw something the other day, just to interject. It's the Super Bowl contenders. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, and who is it? Who's the other team?
49ers, I think.
49ers. Did you guys notice that it's the Chiefs and the 49ers this Super Bowl? It was the same way when Biden and Trump were running against each other 4 years ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Am I wrong about that? I feel like that's correct. I saw that. Is that correct? In 2020, I believe it was the same matchup.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
That's kind of weird. Don't you think that's weird?
Know that.
Is that's correct? Yeah, Leanne said I'm correct. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's
Biden. Isn't that weird?
So
yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. Anyways, I thought that
I don't know how to feel about
I don't know how to feel about that either. I don't. How do we feel about that, you guys? How do we feel about that? It's kind of strange. Anyways,
yikes.
I don't know who won. Who won back in 2020? Because I don't care.
I bet the Chiefs won. I feel like the Chiefs won. Am I right? Am I right about that? Was it the Chiefs? I don't remember that.
I don't care. Yeah, the Chiefs won.
Okay.
Chiefs won. Yeah.
Well, and yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Sometimes you just love the internet, right? Because when people do hilarious things with the internet, like when they take a speech of Kamala's or a part of a speech of Kamala's, and then they add to it, they add some flavor to it, if you will. And it just makes it so great. This is one of those times where I love the internet.
That's what life is. It's basically a relay race. And so the people who are our heroes, whichever gender they are, they ran their part of the race, and then they passed us a baton. And the question is, what will we do with the time we carry the baton?
I don't know what that means.
No, nobody knows. It's like the cloud. Nobody knows what that means. Nobody understands.
I love that edit so much.
Tom Cruise's face is the best.
I know. He's like,
what the hell? What?
Lloyd Austin back to work. He's lost a little bit of weight after his cancer battle. And people, now that he's back working in the White House, people have questions for him about why he kept his illness so secret and why all the hullabaloo happened with the late notice to his actual boss about the fact that he was in intensive care. So first he made like a big fat statement where he sort of kind of admitted to a little bit of fault, but not really. So you'll hear that first. And then in the second little clip, I'll just play him back to back. The second clip is of a reporter saying, you effed up. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
That would be awesome if she said it like that. God, I wish that people would do that, but go ahead.
So he's like, you effed up. Why should you get to stay? Why shouldn't you have to resign after this major F up? And the answer makes no sense, but here are both of those clips.
But I want to be crystal clear.
They always do.
We did not handle this right, and I did not handle this right. I should have told the president about my cancer diagnosis. I should have also told my team and the American public. And I take full responsibility. I apologize to my teammates and to the American people.
You were hospitalized for days before you informed the White House or the commander-in-chief of your condition and your absence. Anyone else within the military chain of command would have faced reprimand or even dismissal. Why shouldn't that same standard apply to you, sir?
Well, let me just say that, thanks for the question, that we didn't get this right. And as I said, I take full responsibility for
for the department's actions. In terms of why on the second notification was not made to the White House, that information was available. I'm not sure at this point what exactly happened, but I think details will play out as the review is conducted. So.
He's like a 4-star general, right?
I think so.
I imagine he's probably going to get a 5th star for this.
I mean, what did he even say?
That's the thing. People will be like, "Oh, he was stunning and brave," and because this is, and they'll be like, "Just slap a 5th star on him," because that's this administration. It's just so stupid. That's the thing. Oh well, I guess it's a cancer diagnosis, and he sort of not apologized. And so since it's the Biden administration, everything is so freaking backwards. I seriously think he'll probably get like a 5th star for this. He'll become a 5-star general because of all this. Because that's what happens.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
I'm serious. That's what happened. Plus, why was he wearing a suit?
And it was so big on him. Now it's just like he looks like Tom Hanks and big.
Yeah, but in the military, aren't you supposed to wear like your dress stuff? Like you're supposed to wear your uniform.
Like at work? That's a good question. I don't know what the rules are about that.
Yeah, why was he wearing like a normal person suit? When I say normal person, he was dressed like a citizen and not like that was just weird.
Well, somebody says he's a civilian now.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
he's
either.
Retired military. Okay.
Oh,
he's retired. Okay. Oh, and Christy says he graduated. Thank you, Christy. He graduated at the bottom of his class.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. He ended up in the Biden administration, so that totally makes all the sense.
That tracks.
It absolutely tracks. Yeah.
Daisy's making me show this clip, even though it makes me rage. Like
everybody has to see it. Everybody has to see it.
It makes me rage. So it's her fault. FYI, before we play this,
you can blame it on
Biden
me.
calling the family of one of the 3 soldiers who were killed in the Jordan
24-year-old
drone strike.
24-year-old girl. I'm sorry, young woman.
And inexplicably, this family is thanking Biden, who is lying to their faces about his own son. And I can't deal.
Biden calling Oneida and Sean Sanders, whose 24-year-old daughter Kennedy was killed in the attack.
Beautiful girl.
I know, everybody, I know there's nothing anybody can say or do to ease the pain. I've been there.
Yes, sir, we understand.
The parents overcome with emotion when the president reveals how their daughter will be honored.
We're promoting her posthumously to sergeant.
Oh, wow. That is the best news I've heard today. Thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to us.
Oh, well, I tell you what, it means a lot to me. My son spent a year in Iraq until I lost him.
That is not true. Not true.
1% of all these kids are the ones that take care of 99% of us.
I mean, I know, right? I was just raging over that. First of all, that girl, I mean, their daughter, beautiful, beautiful girl. She had her whole life, and it just makes me rage. And then in my heart, I feel like these people will probably vote for him.
They clearly will.
Right.
They clearly will.
Right. He is a liar. He lied to your face when he's trying to console you about your daughter.
By making it about himself.
Right. And that's what I wanted everybody to see. That's what everybody should see.
Of you.
Well, I'm mean. I'm the bitchy one, I guess. To own it. So, I mean, I was raging about that yesterday. How dare he lie to those people? How can that guy sleep at night? Oh my God.
I know.
I know. They lost their precious baby girl, and he lies to them. And they lap it up. They lap it up.
That's what was most disturbing for me. And I was just like, I don't even want to show that because it's so vile. It's just vile to me.
See, this is the thing though. People think, people are smart enough and they know that like this guy's a liar and they see the things but there are a lot of people out there who see a whole different perspective than what we see, right? And they think that Biden is a good guy and he talks just like a politician and people will vote for him, you guys. They will vote for him again. Even after everything we've been through over the past 3 years, they will vote for him again. So this is why you have to vote. You have to vote. You have to drag 15 other people with you to vote. Just remember that.
And Tim Griffiths, thank you very much. Tim says that dude screaming outside the rec center needs to look in the mirror and scream at himself. He voted for this. You get the government you deserve. Okay, but to be fair, we don't know if he voted at all. So you're probably right, but we don't know for sure. So
yeah, but if he didn't vote at all, then that's still part of the problem.
It's still a problem. But who knows? I mean, he could very well be a Trump supporter. We don't know.
He could be.
We have no idea. So I don't want to make any assumptions about that. But thank you very much for the super sticker. Very much appreciate that. We all know, we've been talking about it in multiple ways, about how unbalanced the justice system is for Republicans versus Democrats, conservatives versus liberals. It's absolutely out of control. And you guys probably remember the story of was it a Senate staffer or a congressperson staffer who had gay sex with somebody in the Senate chambers? It must have been a Senate staffer. And then was promptly fired and then posted this woe is me thing on LinkedIn. So that case has been just dismissed, essentially. There will be no criminal charges filed against that guy because it's apparently fine to have gay sex in the Senate chambers.
As long as it's gay. As long as it's gay. Yeah.
Here's Jesse Waters to explain.
Last year, we told you about the Democrat Senate staffer who was caught shooting a gay porn in the Capitol. Not just anywhere in the Capitol. The Hart Senate hearing room, where some of the most dramatic testimonies are held. Unfortunately, we were forced to watch a smidgen of the tape, but can't air it. And in a rare display of generosity, Gutfeld is sharing his team's sketch of the gay romp. The first time Greg's ever been helpful, and he gives me a sketch of gay porn. Today, the Capitol Hill Police announced wannabe porn star Aiden Zerpovsky will not be charged with a crime.
Unbelievable.
They closed this investigation faster than the White House cocaine investigation. Aiden, the Democrat porn star, and his German lover boy were uncooperative with investigators, and there was no evidence that a crime was committed, according to Capitol Police.
What?
Did the Capitol Police need me to show them the gay porn? Because that's the evidence.
Oh, my God.
My staff then Googled D.C. public indecency and, in 30 seconds, found the crime. It is unlawful for a person in public to make an obscene or indecent exposure of his or her genitalia or anus, to engage in masturbation, or to engage in a sexual act. A person who violates any provision of this section shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and, upon conviction, shall be fined not more than the amount set forth, imprisoned for not more than 90 days or both. Now, just because you close the door doesn't mean it's not in public. It's the Capitol building.
Right.
It's a public building that's open to the public and paid for by the public. How can you walk through the Capitol on January 6th and get charged with crimes, but you can shoot a gay porn in the Capitol on December 6th and not get charged?
Right?
Exactly.
Because justice isn't blind in America anymore. Justice now sees color, gender, political party, and sexual orientation. So we're no longer equal under the law.
That's true.
And this is what Chrissy Mayer tweeted. She said, entering the Capitol chambers is okay so long as it's anally.
Oh my God, Chrissy, that's so great. It's just so freaking great. Oh my God.
Is that not the most perfect thing?
Oh, Chrissy, that's fantastic. It is. It's so true. It's absolutely true. Just, I mean, what is our world?
I don't know.
What is our country right now? Honestly, it's anal privilege.
That's exactly right.
Hashtag anal privilege. What in the world? I cannot believe this guy just got off scot-free. Like nothing. Nothing.
He got off all right. He
totally got off. That's right. He got off in so many ways. Wow.
People are making kind of a big deal about the fact that the January 6th Donald Trump case out of Georgia has been taken off the docket. And so there's like a bunch of headlines about that. But that's pretty normal procedure during the appeals process. So, obviously Trump is appealing that. And so that's all there's a delay. This case is no longer going to be on the docket for March 4th or for whenever it was because of all the appeals that are happening. And so It's been taken off the docket for now, but it should be taken off the docket completely because of all the corruption of this ridiculous prosecutor that you've heard a lot about, Fani Willis or whatever her name is. And Jesse Waters also had an update about what's going on with that. Very, very interesting.
Well, we've got an update in the Loverboy Fani Willis saga. Loverboy finalized his divorce so he could run away with Fani. But then Fani and Loverboy got hit with subpoenas and have to testify about their shenanigans together. And when it rains, it pours. Fani's office has a whistleblower, and the whistleblower recorded Fani. And the Free Beacon gave the recording to primetime. The whistleblower, Amanda Timpson, says she caught Fani's aide stealing money. Fani's office got a federal grant for $500,000. It was supposed to go to gang prevention. But Fani's aide, Michael Kufi, allegedly blew the money on travel, computers, and swag. The whistleblower confronted Fani and recorded it.
He wanted to do things with grants that were impossible. And I kept telling him, like, we can't do that, and questioning stuff. He would take me off projects, tell people I wasn't doing what I was supposed to because I questioned him. Because I understood, I helped write that grant. I knew what was in that grant. He told everybody, we're going to get MacBooks, we're going to do that, we're going to get swag, we're going to use it for travel. I said, you cannot do that. It's a very, very specific grant.
So I respect that is your assessment. It was clear to me that you and Mr. Cuffy were not getting along. And I'm not saying that your assessment is wrong.
So what'd Fani do next? Fired the whistleblower.
Oh my
7
God.
armed men escorted her out of the office. Fani said the whistleblower didn't meet her standards, and Fani's aide denies he stole swag. But do we sense a pattern here? Fani's office takes public money, hires unqualified people, and the money gets spent on trips and swag. This is the woman who's prosecuting Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she should be she should be disbarred, you know?
Yeah.
She won't be.
No,
but
she'll probably get a star, even though she's not in the military.
Another star. She'll become a 5-star general. They'll just be like, oh, let's totally reward her.
Just hand out stars.
Right. give her a gold star. Yeah. I mean, she should totally be disbarred, but it's just gross. Our world.
Like in every corner, there's this grossness.
Yeah. And they're all Democrats.
Yeah. And they're all, they're like Ilhan, who, by the way, was caught in another recording prioritizing her home country of Somalia over the United States. Here's what she said. As long as I'm in Congress and in my position, I feel a responsibility to help the country I'm from. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Your responsibility is to help the citizens of your home state in the United States.
Mm-hmm. But listen, it's video is forever. And so I love that Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, oh, hell no.
I know. The beginning of this is my favorite part.
It's so fantastic.
There was like a 3.5 minute, she's trying to get Ilhan censured. And because this is what we do now. And
which also
isn't
censure
good. People all day long.
That's also not good enough. I mean, the censoring thing, that's neat, but it's like, we need to just get her the hell out of here.
I know. I know.
The censoring thing is like, what? Okay, fine.
It's just a slap on the hand.
Right. It's a slap on the hand. She's still going to get reelected and reelected and reelected.
Yeah, but MTG did get a little dig in at the very beginning of her censorship speech, and you'll hear it right here.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen.
Yeah,
anyway,
and Ilhan
went on.
I think Ilhan is saying that this whole thing is like a misunderstanding, kind of like the whole marrying your brother thing.
It's just a misunderstanding?
Yeah. I mean, this woman, she married her brother.
Oh my God, wow. That's rich.
Yeah. Because it's the whole putting it off on us thing. Like we're just, I mean, why would we ever question her?
Yeah. Well, and of course the rest of the squad just as disgusting as Ilhan. They're all vile. And so this next clip you're going to see is Ayanna Pressley on the House floor bitching about the fact that Walgreens shut down one of their stores in a predominantly minority community, and she's too stupid to make the connection that the reason that the store is shutting down is because of all of the theft that keeps happening in it, because the community can't stop themselves from stealing from their own frickin' Walgreens, and this is what happens. But here she is railing, basically saying Walgreens is racist.
Actions. Mr. Speaker, Walgreens is planning to close yet another pharmacy in the Massachusetts 7th, this time on Warren Street in Roxbury, a community that is 85% Black and Latino. This closure is a part of a larger trend of abandoning low-income communities like the previous closures in Mattapan and Hyde Park, both in the Massachusetts 7th. When a Walgreens leaves a neighborhood, they disrupt the entire community, and they take with them baby formula, diapers, asthma inhalers, life-saving medications, and of course, jobs. These closures are not arbitrary, and they are not innocent. They are life-threatening acts of racial and economic discrimination.
I mean, it's like, listen, these people don't understand how businesses work.
No,
and
they don't.
That is frightening. It's terrifying how much they don't understand it. So she believes that Walgreens owes anybody anything. They don't owe you crap. They don't owe you anything. It's a company. It's a business. They run a business. If people are stealing from them and they're losing money, they can shut down. It's called running a business, you idiot. Oh my God.
Well, and if she wants to take up the whole charge of discrimination, here is the executive vice president in charge of retail at Walgreens. So this Black woman, Tracy Brown, is who Ayanna should be talking to. And perhaps Tracy can give her a little lesson on how retail works when you're constantly shoplifted day after day after day.
And on discrimination and on racial profiling and discrimination, she can talk to this woman about it. Yeah. Give me a break. And you know what? I would love for Tracy Brown to school her on how companies work. I don't think it will work, but
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Also, Chicago, who has that ridiculous mayor whose name I can never store permanently in my brain. Like I remember it for a moment and then it goes away. But anyway, he signed off on a ceasefire resolution. This is Chicago, by the way. So in Chicago, there was this big resolution that needed the mayor's authorization and signature to say we resolve to want a ceasefire in Gaza. And the amount of celebrating that you're about to see over something that accomplished exactly nothing is extraordinary. Like people, I don't know what they're celebrating exactly. They're acting as though they've cured cancer.
A motion, even though there is no tie. So I will exercise my vote and my right. I vote aye.
What in the world? Look at the chick in the front filming it.
That did nothing.
Bunch of freaking morons, I swear.
Babylon Bee immediately put out an article, or at least an article headline that says Gaza calls for ceasefire in the streets of Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
How much good is that going to do?
Oh my God, these people. they feel like they're so important,
right?
You know,
they've just done something amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm so self-important. Okay.
It's just unreal.
They should go there.
Yeah, I would love that. I would happily pay for somebody's ticket.
All of those freaks to go there. Yeah. Especially the blue-haired ones. Yeah.
Yes, especially the blue hairs. You guys, a reminder that you can treat your dog to their very own green powder. This amazing formulation put together by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, who is a complete rock star in this field. And he has developed the best green powder that has all of it's the best nutritional supplement that your dog needs, that you sprinkle on top of their regular kibble, and it gives them all the omegas and the digestive enzymes and the nutrients nutrients and the vitamins that their dry kibble does not have. And that helps them, of course, live their longest, bestest life. They have tons of amazing testimonials. For example, Jeff from Denver wrote to Ruff Greens and said this: our old dog Jax is 15, and so is my Ella dog, and was suffering from lethargy and a lot of weakness in his legs. He often seemed confused, had trouble moving around. That has all changed. He's very lively, eats much more regularly, and has tons of energy. He is back to playing with other dogs and us. We hope that this lasts for many more years. It has been a miracle. And that's just like, energy is just one benefit. You're going to see better fur, better shine to their coat, better breath, which of course a lot of people care about when it comes to their dogs. So many improvements when they get what they need in their diet. And you can get your own free Jumpstart trial bag of Ruff Greens to check it out with your dogs. They're going to love it. But if you want to test it out, you can get a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover shipping by visiting Ruff Chicks, RUFF chicks.com. You see what they did there?
I do.
Ruffchicks.com, and you can get your free Jumpstart trial bag of Ruff Greens.
It's not a show until Mock starts barking, you guys.
Oh my gosh, so many people to thank. Calm 911 chick, thank you. She says, on a lighter note, saw a video yesterday of deputies hand feeding a pair of Alaskan Kodiak bear cubs found wandering down the road in Florida. Immediately assumed Mock had moved to Okaloosa County and gone into law enforcement. I love that. Sue Ritchie, thank you. Sue says, thank you to all the prayer warriors. My test came back negative for leukemia. Love you all. Thank you to all the prayer warriors. Love you all. That's awesome, Sue. Awesome,
So
awesome,
wonderful.
awesome news. That's great. Thank you, Teresa Raimundo, who says he's retired. He can't get another star. He is a civilian, about Lloyd Austin.
We were being facetious.
And Morgan McCoy says, hey, not all blue hairs are bad.
We know.
Fair.
You're like the one exception.
You're the one.
The one beautiful exception. Yes.
The one beautiful exception. All right. Sarah Sanders was asked by Jesse Waters just the other day, probably yesterday, about all the rumors that she is in contention to be Trump's vice president. And she answered the question, and see if you're as confused by it as Jesse was.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Governor, because you're so busy governing, but your name's popped up a couple times as someone that Trump might be considering as VP. Would you be open to that?
Like you said, I'm pretty busy governing here in Arkansas. I absolutely love my job, and I hope that I have the opportunity to do it for the next 7 years. I'm going to do everything I can to help President Trump get elected, but I'm really happy back home at Arkansas right now.
Okay, I'm not sure how I'm interpreting that. That answer confused me, but I guess it was politically well said. Governor, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jesse, for having me on.
I'm taking that as I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the VP.
It kind of sounded like that to me.
Yeah, that's how I take it. I take it as I want to be in Arkansas.
So she'll do everything to help him, except that.
Except be the VP. I don't think she wants to be the VP.
I would do anything for Trump, but I won't do that.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do that. I mean,
yeah, she looks good. Somebody else
great.
pointed it out. She looks amazing.
She's had a major glow up, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has.
Yeah,
I mean, she looks
You know
good.
what it is? I think just being in that, like being press secretary, being the person who has to deal with all the people in that room. Could you imagine? That would age you like 10 years. And it would just be so stressful and exhausting. And it would just be hard to look good. It would be hard to look good on a daily basis. And then when you get out of there, it's just like a breath of fresh air. And then you'd have an immediate glow up. And I think that's happened to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she looks fantastic.
She's happy. She's very happy in her job. You can tell. She's loving life.
Yeah. And you know who else is happy is Ron Paul and his wife of 67 years, you guys.
Oh my God, they are so cute. I cannot deal with the cuteness.
I mean, that is
Look
amazing.
at them. Look
that
at
is so
roses.
cute.
Are those roses?
Yes.
I cannot.
Balloons, little heart balloons, and
They
big
are
giant 67 balloons.
7 years, you guys.
Isn't that the cutest photo ever?
Precious. Absolutely.
I love that.
precious. Mhm.
Love that. You know that I'm loving, and this will not stop. I am loving all of the attention that Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald have gotten for their hip hop song Facts. And I'm loving all the trolling that Ben is doing. He continues to do it. They're still doing really, really well. Ben Shapiro was also on the Piers Morgan show, and he was asked about the Taylor Swift phenomenon. And Piers asked him a question, which was basically like, listen, put her politics aside. Like, forget the fact that Taylor Swift is a liberal loon. Beyond that, she seems like the kind of person that you, Ben Shapiro, would see as an appropriate role model for young girls. Would you not? And here is what Ben said to that, which I thought was a really interesting little
A great hope for Taylor Swift is that Travis Kelce proposes to her. She gets married to Travis Kelce. They have lots of babies, and a bunch of young feminist women decide that actually marriage is not the worst idea, and they get married and have a bunch of babies, and we can have the Taylor Swift baby boom.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. He's right. And it's interesting because I was thinking about this yesterday too. Like the Kelce boys are like the antithesis of manlets. And usually, you know, it's got to be confusing for feminist women because they're so used to manlety soy boy liberal guys. And these liberal guys are not. They're not manlety. They're dudes. Yeah. So it's got to be like they're all having an existential crisis when it comes to, because they're looking at these dudes. You're like, I don't know what to think. Because especially the other one, not the one that's dating
Jason.
Yeah. The big one, the big Viking looking dude that goes out and he wants to drink beer and like tailgate and do all, you know, he is a man's man. He's like a dude. He's a dude. And so it's probably weird for a lot of feminists because they're like, I don't know how to deal with this. And they, you know, he has his wife and he has his beautiful daughters and it's very much of a nuclear family. And it's probably weird for them to see this and go, okay, I like this, but I'm not supposed to like this.
Right.
So there's that. So he has a great point.
I know. I love that. I thought that was so perfect. And then now the latest troll from Ben Shapiro to Nicki Minaj saying, yo, Nicki Minaj, best-selling rapper in the world, can't get an invitation to the Grammys. Can you hook a homie up? But
God.
She had actually said, and I don't know how to take this, but when she responded to him about him being number one, she said, wait till they wake up and listen to what Ben Shapiro is saying. In fact, the outrage on this one will be a tad bit delayed. So I couldn't tell, like, is she agreeing with the lyrics? Is she like, what is happening in that? I cannot decipher what she's saying.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know, right?
I don't know if she's being sarcastic because there's winky faces and quotes. I don't know if she's being sarcastic or not. I don't know.
I can't tell.
I'm not sure where she stands either. I wouldn't even want to take a guess on that one. I have no idea.
You don't want to get into her head.
I don't want to get in her head. No, I don't. I really don't. No. I have no ambition to get into that head. No.
Can you imagine though, Ben Shapiro with the Grammys? It would just be so awesome.
That would be awesome. And I would want him to bring an entire posse. You know, of just a bunch of like nerdy conservative people.
Like wearing big giant gold chains.
Yes. And just walk in and just be like, what's up? And just, and just own the place and have like 30 seats around him of just all conservative people at the Grammys and just see what happens with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is so perfect. There's also on Twitter, there's this new trend of I guess some trans ally or trans person themselves probably took the phrase trans women are women to like this new level of hilarity. And so they were responding to someone who was arguing that trans women are not women by saying, and this is the response. This person says, trans women are women. It's right there in the name. Were you dropped on your head as a kid or something? And so now people are writing back and they're using that to just play on the words even further, because if that's how they're going to say trans women are women, hot dogs are dogs by definition.
It's in the name.
It is literally in the name.
Mm-hmm.
Urinal cakes are cakes by definition.
It's in the name.
Eat up, lads. It's right there in the name. It's right there.
Oh my God. I love it.
I love this so much.
I mean, and just the notion of that trans women are women by definition. It's literally just shut up. Take all the seats.
Illegal aliens are aliens.
Yeah, they're aliens. They're from outer space.
Right there in the name.
It's in the name, you guys.
It's right there. You dropped on your head or something.
Spaceships. They come from spaceships.
Oh my God. Anyway, I love that. Also, speaking of trans weirdos, there is a brand new teacher. I don't know why these people keep getting hired, but they do. A brand new teacher who you will immediately recognize as someone who has mental health issues. And this person who's, I don't know how to identify it. This person is like really stressed out about the first day of school, wondering what to be called, how to refer to themselves, and all of that. Somebody hired this person, and I don't know where. I wish I could warn parents of whoever the incoming class is.
Hi, so I have a small dilemma. I am starting a new job on Monday, and it's a teaching job. So the kids are going to call me either Mr. or Mrs. Jamie. It depends on what I want, but I, as a non-binary being, I don't know what to pick. I feel like Mrs. would be easier for the kids, but Mr. makes me feel better. But I also kind of want to try mix, but I don't know if the kids can do that. I don't. And then what do they do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. I don't know.
Explain that it's young kids too.
It's young kids. My class is gonna be 4-year-olds.
Oh my God.
I don't know. And then I don't know if I want to go by Jamie or Jamie Ray, because Jamie Ray is the name that I go by now. I don't know. Any advice would be great for any non-binary teachers.
SOS, save our ship.
SOS, SOC, save our captain. Thanks.
Yeah. My advice would be don't teach. Just stop it. Just stop it immediately.
those
And does
poor
she have like
kids.
swords hanging from her glasses? What the hell was that?
You don't do that?
No, I don't. I don't do that. I keep
wrong
my
with you?
swords in another room. Or sometimes in my
You
pants.
like swords full size?
I just full
on your
size in
hip?
my pants and my hip. I just keep them there. Just in case. Just in case I need my sword. Yeah.
Man,
Not-
we have so many mentally ill people in this world.
And we're appeasing them, you know, we're coddling them instead of putting them in institutions where they belong.
Where they belong.
Right.
Exactly.
And not letting them teach children, 4-year-olds. She has that individual, whatever that is, has no business teaching 4-year-olds.
No.
When that individual doesn't even know what it is.
Right. I mean, this is the if that's still a question, you don't belong in teaching.
What are you doing?
No.
Go figure that out and then go get a job someplace else.
My God.
Good Lord.
Wow. This is the sweetest. I did this purposefully after that horrible teacher because I know we all need a good palate cleanse after that. And then you'll get a double dose of palate cleansing with Double D's today. But before we get to Double D's, I had to share this video. I'm going to have to put it on mute because there's music in it. But there is apparently a genetic condition that this mama dog has where she does not have front legs. And so she learned how to walk on her hind legs. And she has a baby puppy that has the same condition. And that mama is showing the puppy how to walk,
Oh my
you guys.
God, I
And
cannot.
it makes my heart explode. So there's mama looking at her. You can do this. You got it. You just have to.
Oh my God.
Look at me. See how I do it?
Oh
See?
my God.
See, I put my head on the ground and then
I cannot with this.
It's the sweetest thing I
Does
have
he
ever
do it?
seen.
Are we gonna see him
Oh,
do
yeah.
it?
Yeah. And then it's like, see, I can sit up.
Oh my gosh.
And this pup is figuring it out.
Oh God. He's like, Mama. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot. He's like, Mama, look at me. Oh my God. I cannot. That is the absolute sweetest thing I will see all week. The
Right?
sweetest thing.
I can't.
Mamas.
Get all well.
Mamas. I mean, they are universal, you know? Mamas are universal.
Oh my God.
God,
take it.
Bless that sweet mama.
Just the sweetest thing I ever did see.
Just love it so much.
And so are your DDs.
Oh, okay. Well, my DD is just an update on Theo, you guys. As some of you know that we have Theo. We rescued Theo. I just wanted to give some people an update. Some of you saw this because you follow my Instagram. But Theo is doing great. He still has a little bit of separation anxiety, but that's okay. He'll go in his little crate. If he's upset, he'll go in there. Sometimes he gets a little, anxious. He'll go in his crate, but he's doing great. He is just the greatest ranch dog. He likes to be outside. We try to make him an indoor dog, but he still wants to be outside and he wants to be with the cows, especially. So I have some pictures of him with our cows, Linus and Gunner.
Look.
And so that's him hanging out with his new friends, Linus and Gunner. There he is. That's when he's happiest, is when he's hanging out with them. Now, I will say Theo is half Pyrenees and then half a bunch of other breeds like Australian Shepherd, Chow, Rottweiler. There's just a couple other breeds in there. But his daddy was full Pyrenees. But anyways, I want to let you know too, we're going to be getting another cow. And so we were supposed to be getting Reba, who was a retiree. Reba, and I love Reba. I've known Reba forever. She's from a neighboring ranch that's close to us. But Reba is not going to be retired just yet. So they changed their mind. So what we're going to get instead is Reba's grandson, Opie. And so Opie, we'll be getting Opie March, the beginning of March, in about a month. And so I'll share some pictures of Opie.
And how old is he?
Opie's probably, I don't know. He's probably 7 months old, I would imagine.
Oh, he's itty bitty.
He's a baby, but big. Yeah, he's a Brahmin too. So, yeah, we'll have 3.
So how, are you going for more than that? Are you trying to get a bunch of cows eventually,
I'd love to have 3 or 4, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we only have 24 acres, so we don't have enough to have 20
a herd.
30. Yeah, we don't want to have so our herd will be probably 3 or 4, and that's it. And
okay.
that's me.
But it's still considered a herd at 3,
right? Yeah,
is it? I'm asking. I don't know.
A mini herd. Yes, it's a mini herd. And yesterday we had a bull from another pasture come over into our. Sometimes we get stray ones that'll come over and stuff like that. And so we had a little bull named Curly come over, and he hung out with us for the day, and we had to corral him and get him to go over to the other person's yard. So that happens every once in a while. So sometimes we'll be like, "That's not our cow. Where did he come from?" So anyways, but so that's it. That was the update. He's doing great. He's fantastic, and he's a wonderful dog, and we were really blessed.
No,
so
she does not eat them. These are pet cows.
I don't. They're all pet cows. I eat cow. I don't eat my cows.
Right.
But I do love cow. I just don't eat mine.
She'll eat their friends. She just won't eat them.
Right. I won't eat them. That's how that works. Yeah.
All right, it is time for some My Pillow Talks. Do not forget about our good friends over at mypillow.com/chicks, where they have all the big giant discounts on bedding, on towels, on mattresses, on kitchen towels, on dog beds, on slippers. I sound like I'm reading off the reindeer names. You know what I mean?
You get one, and you get one, and you. Uh-huh.
But huge discounts on everything. Let me just put it that way. And if you haven't tried the towels yet, you are missing out on the very, 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 very best towels in the entire universe. Big discounts on those too when you use code CHICKS at checkout at mypillow.com/chicks. And right now, if you need big items, if you're looking for actual mattresses or mattress pad covers or whatever, it doesn't matter how big, you're going to get free shipping. So now's a great time to buy from mypillow.com/chicks. I got some stuff for our talks today.
Oh my God.
We're going to kick it off with this tampon story. Did you guys hear about this ridiculous plan that some Connecticut high school had to put a tampon dispenser in the boys' bathroom?
Yeah.
So dumb.
There's transgender stuff happening in the schools now. This is what, I guess that's the notion. That's what they were trying to get across, right? Is that boys have periods. This is what they're saying, is that boys menstruate.
This is so dumb, and I love the way that the students themselves reacted. You'll hear about it
Just minutes after this female item dispenser was installed in this Connecticut boys' bathroom, it was torn to the ground. In just 20 minutes, this device that handed out women's products in boys' bathrooms was ripped down, and the principal was furious. The dispenser was placed in the Brookfield High School boys' bathroom at 6:30 a.m. last Wednesday, but by 9:52 in the morning, it was torn down from the wall, leaving those littering the floor. Apparently,
can we just pause for a minute?
It lasted 22 minutes, Mock. 22 minutes.
No, I thought it was 3 hours or
was
so.
it 3 hours?
Because
Okay,
it went
I
up
thought
at
it-
like 6:30, and then by 9:52 it was done.
Okay, I thought they said it went up at 9:30, and I was like, "What? Oh my
No,
god!"
6:30. But the guy is like afraid to say the word tampon, and I
Is
find
he?
that so. Well, yeah, he's like he pointed up to his little screen. He was like, and it left a bunch of those things all over the floor. Like he won't say it. What? Here, you'll see. I'm gonna like replay it right there where he points.
From the wall, leaving those littering the floor. Apparently, a new law in Connecticut forces all men's and women's bathroom to carry products for opposite genders. And the principal said, "I am aware the law says men's bathrooms, but the actions today that led to vandalism and destruction of property were the work of immature boys, not men." The principal.
Yeah. Okay. It used to be that this was a thing that women owned, right? Like I say women because we're women and we can say this, but like I remember I got pulled over when I was 16 and I was pulled over for speeding and I had white shorts on and I told the cop that I started my period. And it used to be that you
had
could do that. No.
Oh.
But I got out of the ticket because it was just like that guy pointing up and saying, those things because men get flustered with the whole subject.
That's true. You're right. Because remember when we worked in radio and our executive producer, like anytime I would remind him that I didn't have a uterus, and I don't know why I did that, like why I had reason to, he would like lose his mind at the word uterus.
They don't want to talk about uterus or mention. They don't want to talk about periods. They don't want to talk about any of that kind. They don't want to talk about it. So I did that. And I thought to myself, okay, I can totally get out of this ticket once. This is like my get out of jail free card. One time I can use this. And I knew it at 16. I could use it one time and that's it in my life. I can't use it ever again. And I knew it. And so I never used it again. But I could tell how flustered he was. And he was like, okay, well, just don't speed. All right. You get home and you don't
take care of that.
You slow down. You slow down, Missy. And I was like, okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. But these pants. And so so this is the thing. These boys, I commend these boys, just going back to these boys in the school. I commend them for doing this because we have the pendulum, kind of like I said the other day, the pendulum is starting to swing, Mock.
Yeah.
Because these boys know this is outrageous. This is just stupid. It's like,
so dumb.
This is a society trying to push this crap onto kids. And they're on to this. They're onto the narrative. These kids are onto it. It's like, we see what you're doing. We know what you're doing to us and we're onto you. And this is bullshit. It's like, we're not going to fall for this narrative. This is just so stupid. So I'm glad that they did it, whether they say it's vandalism or not. I know that you shouldn't vandalize school property, but I commend them for doing this. I would have done the same thing if I were a boy in this situation, or if it were my boy that did it, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at him.
I know, because even though it is destructive, it's destructive to even put the damn thing on the wall.
Right. I mean,
so
it's insane.
Enough already.
Right.
Enough already. I've got some other really great ones to get to, but of course I have to share a Casper video because Pam, Casper's mama, wrote him a song and she wanted to run it by him, see how he felt about it. Here is the reaction. Oh no, this is the Aladdin one. I'm sorry. This isn't her song.
He's so mad.
Wander by wonder.
Look at the ears.
Over sideways and
He's waiting for his part.
On a magic carpet ride.
There's your whole new world, Mom. There's your whole new freaking world right there. There it is.
He knew his lines, you guys. He knew his lines.
So mad about it.
Also, there was a fantastic man on the street interview with these two women who are I'm not going to make any judgments. Okay. I'm not going to make any judgments.
You're going to make all the judgments. You're making
I'm
all
not
of
going to make them out loud.
Yeah, you are. You did it about Mariah Carey. You're going to do it.
I did it about Mariah Carey.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to hold my tongue about these two, but they're basically asked, what are they looking for in a man?
Yeah.
What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
Probably when they don't work out. Go to
Oh, really?
And stuff, yeah.
Oh my God, when they're not fit.
So what do you guys prefer in a guy?
Really rich, really black, at least 6'5".
6'5"?
Yeah.
foot. He's got to be taller, you know.
6 foot.
Yeah, just lots of money, really. Yeah.
Like a yacht and stuff.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Can buy me fancy things.
Oh my
take me on
God.
trips, pay my rent.
Between men or women, who has a harder life?
Absolutely women.
Why?
We bleed for a week a month. We're sexualized everywhere we go.
Yeah, like catcalled.
Yeah. Absolutely. The parking lot tenant tried to steal me before. Not me. Anyone try to steal you today? We can. We can.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I got like 20 girlfriends back at the crib.
Oh,
Yeah.
22 then.
I'm okay.
See what I mean? We have a harder life.
What's your big?
Yeah, it goes back to the whole, I said it before, just because it comes in your size doesn't mean you should wear it.
They are so sexualized, you guys.
Very sexualized. Yeah. I mean, it could have something to do with that tube top that you got at Forever 21 that is basically like a bandage going around like that. Maybe are we sexualizing, or is it
are you just putting your wares out there to be gawked at?
I know somebody's telling don't fat. It's not fat shaming. It's don't maybe don't do that. Don't. You know, why do we have to do that? And then she is demanding that a man make a ton of money.
Right.
And she's demanding that
super tall and super black.
Super black and super tall. Mm-hmm. But it appears as though they're still single.
It does appear that way.
Mm-hmm.
Single, but ready to mingle. They're
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. It's too bad. I bet Elon Musk is really sad because he's super rich and he's like, well, dang it. They don't want me because I'm not black enough. Mm-hmm.
Also, please take a moment to admire Por in the bathtub. That's Por. Is that the cutest thing you have ever seen in your life?
Not the cutest. I mean, he's cute, but
oh my God. He's so tiny.
I do feel like that monkey's not going to rip any genitals off of
He's
anything.
not going to rip any genitals off. Oh my God,
cute.
he's so cute.
He is. He's cute.
Oh my God. Por. I love you. He's got an itchy butt.
He's cute.
I love him. Love him.
Cute.
Okay, and then we got to get into the story about what's going on in the world of corporate life at the moment. Because you found this story the other day, and it's now since gone viral. It's had an update to it. There's some weird things happening with Gen Z and working right now. We've talked about the fact that there are tons of people. I've seen so many TikToks recently of young people crying over the fact that they can't find jobs. Okay. So we've got, on the one hand, people really, really want to work and can't find work because this is a Joe Biden economy. And then on the other hand, we've got people who have jobs who are such entitled a-holes about them.
Right.
We'll kick it off with this one girl who got a lot of attention because, you guys, it is so unfair that she has to work 40 hours.
So maybe someone here on TikTok can answer this question for me, because I cannot figure it out and I am so frustrated. Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Why did she have a 2-bedroom apartment?
An extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, you know? So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so
oh my God.
exhausted.
Where's my violin?
That I don't have time either.
I can't.
Like, I get off work at 5:30.
Oh my God, 5:30?
I'm just so tired.
Oh, so tired. We're tired.
I'm so tired that, like, anything that I need to do outside of work, I then just push off to like the weekends. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to do this after work.
Really?
I'll wait until Saturday. So then I end up with so much to do on the weekend that ends up having to be split into 2 days.
Oh God!
So I have to do stuff on both Saturday and Sunday. What? So then I don't get a day off. I don't get a day to relax. I don't get to decompress.
My God.
So it is really like working 7 days a week.
I can't.
And I don't want to do that anymore.
You should just stop.
Yeah.
I don't care how poor and miserable I would have to be.
You're pretty miserable already. You just
really
get
don't
ready
want
to be
to
poor.
have a place to live
Just be poor.
without this. You know? Like
I can't anymore.
I can't go on with her anymore. Okay, just to be fair, so Gen Z is like 1997 to 2012. That's that age group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are
there
are a lot of videos like this. I
Oh
mean,
my God.
This is not the only one, you guys. Yeah. So how many? Okay, well, we're Gen Xers. So I immediately want to punch people in the face when I see this stuff. I'm serious, because how many jobs did you guys work? I mean, I would work up until the time, up until about 10 years ago, I was working like 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Plus being a mom, plus being a wife, it's like, and listen, when I was out of college, we would get like 2 and 3 roommates. Yeah. And then you would eat ramen, and you would do whatever it took to live in your apartment and pay your bills. But a 2-bedroom apartment, $1,600. Okay, well then get 3 roommates.
Well, and here's where it gets interesting. So I did some follow-up, to see if she'd posted anything since then. It gets so much dumber than even what you just saw, because the reason that there are 2 bedrooms is because she just now broke up with her boyfriend, who is still living there. They broke up amicably, but they each pay $800 and something a month for that $1,600 apartment. So she totally was going off the deep end. She lied about that. Okay. And the real kicker is she works at home.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So
she's bitching about how tired she is when she gets home at 5:30.
And this is the thing, like back in the day, like as Gen Xers, none of us worked at home. We would drive back and forth. You'd pay for dry cleaning, because remember, we were all wearing like pantyhose and crap. Y'all remember that? Like the legs in the can, remember?
Yes.
You guys remember? It's like, we were wearing pantyhose and like skirts and dresses and heels and all that crap every day, day in and day out. And you remember the 16-hour days, the 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour days that we would work. And you did it. Like, especially if you're on salary, you would do that and you didn't question it, because that was just part of the job. Like these people, the kids now who complain about, oh my God, 40 hours a week. Oh my God, that sounds like a dream. It's like,
yeah, just 40 hours. Are you serious?
I know. And then it's like, as business owners now, it's like, God, 60, 70, 100-hour weeks. Like it's when you're owning a business, when you're starting something, that 40 hours sounds wonderful.
I know.
It's like,
I know.
These kids, man, I know I sound like I'm shaking a rake, but I am shaking a rake.
They need to have the rakes shaken at them, because this is out of control. Then probably a ton of people follow Corporate Natalie. She does all these hilarious videos about what it's like to work in corporate world, and they're hysterical. And she's got a podcast, and she was on this podcast, this particular moment of her podcast, that she is talking with this guy about, a Gen Zer that works in a company, saying that they can't make a 9 o'clock meeting because they have a workout class.
Oh my God.
So this went super viral, but not in the way that you might think. So first of all, you're going to see the clip that went viral.
When asked to come in for an 8 a.m. meeting, my Gen Z new hire said, ugh, sorry, I can't make it. I have a workout class. Should this be allowed?
My visceral reaction was, are you fucking kidding me?
No, fully, like angered, typing this out. I was like, please.
Like my hand's shaking and it's not from the caffeine.
You just started this job. I don't give a flying shit about your workout class. Also, an 8 a.m. workout class is too late. Workout at 6, maybe 7.
Hi.
Yeah,
Natalie. So we can talk about this more later, but I'm going to address this now. It was made very clear during the interview process that the working hours for this position is between 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I am on Eastern time. I made that very clear with HR because I have commitments outside of work. I go to the gym, I work out because I care about my health. Sure, I can make a sacrifice to go to an 8 a.m. meeting had I known at least a week before that I needed to go at 8 a.m., not a day before. Also, my workout class starts at 7:30, not at 8, but I didn't know that I needed to tell you that. Okay, let's just say I skipped the gym. 2 things. When can I expect you to reimburse me for my class?
Oh
and
my
2,
God.
are you going to be paying me from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or at the very least, let me leave at 4 p.m.? Natalie, if your answer to both of those are no, then there's no discussion needed. I will see you at 9 o'clock today. Also, I sent an email to HR about this and sent them the link to that TikTok video. So just to make things clear.
When asked,
did you see the comments though? The comments are like undoubtedly in favor of that guy. So
totally.
So like boomers and Gen Xers and even millennials are like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you go Gen Z, you tell them what's what. It's like the entitlement is insane. It's just crazy.
And you're right. Most of the comments were definitely in that guy's favor.
Mhm.
And so disappointingly, Natalie took down that podcast and apologized. She apologized and she wanted to make clear, because apparently since it was just that clip that got posted and not the full podcast, there was context that dude was missing, who was acting like she was talking about him directly, but she was reading a letter from someone else about their employee. It wasn't actually her employee at all. And so she goes into this big diatribe about how, well, there's certain things that matter. Like it matters if you're salaried or if you're hourly or if you're this or if you're that. All these things matter. And she took it down. Here it is.
Also, an 8 a.m. workout class is too late. Workout at 6, maybe 7.
Hi. Yeah, Natalie. So we can talk about this more later, but I'm going to address this now. It was made very clear during the interview process that the working hours for this position.
Hi, everyone. I'm the person in that video. First things first, we made the decision to take down the video, so it's no longer there. We got a lot of heat, and rightfully so. It was getting vicious in the comments. We decided to take it down. To be clear, we fully deserve this heat. I do feel like with many things on the internet, a little context helps. And I think what we didn't do is provide that context, and that is on us. First of all, I want to clarify. I went straight into reading a listener story that was submitted, and it sounded like I was just talking about my own Gen Z employee that I was disgusted with for working out at 8 a.m. in the morning. This has nothing to do with me, my company, anyone who works for me. This is a listener submitted story from someone who works in consulting. This is the email with the additional context we were given. This is one meeting that happens quarterly that they can include all of their international team members on. It's just something that's part of the team ethos, and I guess it's communicated to all new hires before they sign. And it is to include those team members in Europe and India, and it's obviously hard to find a time that works for everyone. Just to be clear, if you're not getting paid to work before 9 a.m., you do not have to work before 9 a.m. Do not condone that in the slightest. This is for a salaried employee once a quarter. Do not know what their salary is, but I looked up consulting salaries and it's somewhere within the range of 100 to 120 base. So it's not an hourly employee. If you are hourly or you work a job that the hours are strictly 9 to 5, please do not work outside those hours. You're not getting compensated for it, and that's not worth it. Again, the way the social clip was cut and just the things we were saying and how we were reacting and getting so fired up about it, totally take ownership for that. We will take the heat. We will wear it. If you want to attack us in the comments, absolutely go for it.
Yeah, it's like, good luck, Generation Z. Good luck, you know?
And so you've got the juxtaposition is so weird, right? All these kids that are like, I can't find work. And then all these kids are like, I'm going to work the bare minimum and I'm not going to give any extra effort. And I'm only going to work in this tiny little speck of time. They don't care about their employers at all. They don't care about their jobs at all.
And this is the thing. Listen, I know that like there needs to be some sort of a balance. I'm not saying you have to work all the time, every day in and day out, but come on. Like, if I can't work like a minute before 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere, kid. It's like, and listen,
you've got no drive, clearly.
Zero ambition, zero drive. And if I heard that and as a business owner and I knew that about you, there's no way in hell I'd hire you. No way.
I kind of hope this all works out with all the people that are desperately looking for jobs and all of these clowns that feel entitled. They'll get fired. All the people that are looking will fill those jobs and it'll all work out.
Yep.
That's what needs to happen, because some of these brats they have no idea how to live in the world.
Yeah. And
they just don't get it.
Brat is a perfect word to describe it. Brat.
Yeah.
No, exactly. It's called a work ethic. And you know what? You can bend a little on your workout and like work a little bit. I mean, come on.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, those were your talks for today.
Good talks.
I'm gonna went on a rant, but
good talks, Mop. Those were get some juicy ones. Good one. Okay, you guys, we're gonna bring it in. We've got some stuff going on this morning, so we got to bring it in. And I don't think I'm going to bring the dogs in here because they're rambunctious. So you guys got a little taste of Theo earlier. So I'll make sure that I do that next Monday, but we're bringing it in. And you guys have a fantastic weekend. Really, really great weekend. Make it count. Look how gross it is outside.
We actually have sun today for the first time in like 37 days.
Sun's on my way because ew.
You don't get any more. You've been hogging it.
I've been hogging it. I know, but I'm spoiled here. Very spoiled. So you guys enjoy your weekend and we will talk to you on Monday.